what's some advice that you would give to struggling business owners?
Yeah, I'd probably take a step back suggest they take a step back and look at things and look at what is working. Not focus so much on what's not working. And then, so if I see, hey, I get a lot of traction when I go to these networking events and I get, I exchange a lot of cards. 3 out of my 5 clients I've had so far have come from one of those. I would look at where can I go to more of those? Where can I get more engaged, or where can I network better with those people? So I would not spend a lot of time focusing on what's not working and focus more on what is working. If absolutely nothing is working, then you might need to reevaluate either your approach, your offer, your actual business plan. Is it, sometimes you can have the greatest business plan in the world, but if nobody needs it, I could have the best snow shoveling business in the world, but if I'm in Gainesville, Florida, I'm not gonna make any money. So sometimes it's also just there's not a lot there. For instance, if you want to be on the higher end of event planning here in Gainesville, you have Keith Watson Events is really your only competitor. There's a couple other folks that maybe can pull off some of those events, but they're like the competitor. So, I would encourage you not to try to be them, but find other niches until you're ready to make a move on them. Or, same with us. If you're starting a production company, find that little niche until you're ready to start actually making an attempt, because you'll find yourself burned out and not liking it and all those things. I'd also say, if you find yourself burned out, not liking it, all those things, take a step back and do something else. It's okay, which is also why it goes back to the other statements of don't get yourself deep in debt, bootstrap, buy things as you can with equipment, as you build, because then you can say, what, I don't want to take any gigs this summer. I'm going to spend some time, going back to school, working on this. Or, hey, I went ahead and took a different day job that pays me a little more. I'm taking a step back and to reevaluate. There's all different sorts of approaches. I think people being kind of self-aware and self-evaluating, taking that moment to go, why isn't this working? Is it me? Is it the product? Is it the market? Is it all of the above? Am I forcing it? Am I being impatient? Where, it took me, started in 2005, as I said, 2012 was when it was an actual viable business. Up until then, I was making, it was anywhere $30,000 to $80,000 a year with some expenses taken off of that, which is, that's a respectable job, sure, for one person, but it's, you're not going to make any long-term money. You're not going to grow. You may be able to replace your day job with it, but you're going to be still stuck. And so, that was 7 years until we hit a point where I actually didn't have a day job outside of that, didn't have anything else going on, and started hiring employees. So be patient as well. Give yourself a lot of grace. Try not to listen to your family and friends, because mostly that's going to be negative in my experience, and it's out of love, like, we don't want you to fail, so parents, family, friends, they don't want you to fail, so they're going to tell you, like, things like that, to not go in too deep. Try to find folks like myself, or event planners that have made it, have done well. Go to those networking events, chat with them about what works. Sometimes they may even need sometimes you can even come work for someone like us, for a little bit, even if you're forthright about, like, hey, I want to do my own thing one day. We have a few folks like that here. I'm not sure if they ever will or not, and I wish them the best. I'm not, but they can come learn with us, see how we do things, and then, maybe they even become a partner one day in that company, or start another branch or whatever else. So there's lots of paths and opportunities. It's really evaluating, taking a step back and not beating yourself up too bad.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Cheerful Sound Man podcast. We really hope you enjoyed it and maybe even got a little something out of it too. If you did, we'd love if you could subscribe and leave a review on Apple or Spotify podcasts. That would really make our day. Also follow us over on Instagram at The Cheerful Soundman. Stay tuned for the next episode dropping soon. And until then, don't suck and don't be a jerk.